Hey guys, we are here for our fourth conversation. I must first raise my vibration and give thanks to my Father who has graciously given me the spirit to breathe life into so many of you. If you are new to the podcast, I encourage you to listen to the first 7 episodes as they provide guided insight. Each episode continues from the previous one. I am going to continue to share new perspectives. In our previous episodes, I have been elaborating on how to spend time with you, how to find the time to breathe and determine what makes you tick, so to speak. Everyone has their mojo to work, but I want you to be able to understand how you work it. I'm going to get off the beaten path in this episode to answer a question. Is there a good way to say a bad thing? I was asked the question, how do you have a negative conversation with someone and say all the mean things that may be accusatory, derogatory, and just downright mean or ugly in a not so that kind of way? Well, it depends on a person's perception of how they feel about themselves to begin with. This will determine how they will accept or react to what you have to say when you decide to have that conversation. For starters, let's consider the meaning of what some would consider bad, mean, or negative. I was taught to say funky, lie, shut up, fart, fool, and go to hell were the worst things in the world to say. You never say that. It is mean and disrespectful. Really? My teachers taught me to never say someone was stupid, ignorant, retarded, or dumb. All of which, as a child, you grew up not understanding why these words were considered to be so mean. But I have come to know that they really aren't. Some of y'all are just that. You would say, Camellia, that is just mean. Then I would say, let's review the definition of each of these words. And then I would say, those of you who have never looked up the definition of these words are ignorant. Then you would say, that is mean. And I would say, let's define each term. Let's start with stupid. According to the dictionary, it means having or showing a great lack of intelligence or common sense. Now pause for a moment. How many times a day do you run across a stupid person? Now, is that mean? Next is ignorant. According to the dictionary, again, it means lacking knowledge or awareness in general. In other words, clueless, uneducated, or unsophisticated. Now pause for a moment. How many times a day do you run across an ignorant person? Now, is that mean too? Next is retarded. According to the dictionary, it means less advanced in mental, physical, or social development than is usual for one's age, or very foolish or stupid. Now pause for another moment. How many times a day do you run across a retarded person? Now, is that mean too? Next is a fool. According to the dictionary, it means a person who acts unwisely or unimprudently. A silly person, also called an idiot. Now pause for a moment. Again, how many times a day do you run across a fool, especially an old one? Now, is that mean too? Now, this is one that can be detrimental to your health for another reason. Scripture tells us that a fool is in danger of hell's fire. Now, that is food for thought and another conversation, so be careful with this one. Take some time to look that one up for yourself. Next is dumb. According to the dictionary, it means temporarily unable or unwilling to speak or to make dumb or unheard. Silence. Now pause for a moment. How many times a day do you run across a dumb person? Now, is that mean too? Sometimes you can cause someone to just not know how to respond to you. Next is funky. According to the dictionary, it means strongly musty. Now pause for a moment. How many times a day do you run across a funky person? Now, is that mean too? Oh, let's look up fart. According to the dictionary, it means to emit gas from the anus or a boring or a contemptible person. Now, pause for a second. How many times a day do you run across a person who farts or is a fart? Now, does that mean too? Lie, according to the dictionary, means an intentionally false statement. Now, pause for a moment. How many times a day do you run across a person who lies? Again, now is that mean too? Shut up. According to the dictionary, it means to close a door or window, etc. But we say it to stop someone from talking. Now pause for a moment. How many times a day do you run across a person you need to tell, shut up? Now, does that mean too? Some of us need to do just that, let me tell you. And lastly, go to hell. It is used to express angry rejection of someone or something to a place of agonies, burning. Now, pause for a moment. How many times a day do you run across a person you want to go there? Now, does that mean too? Maybe a little. Just allow me to contend for a moment, to make my stance. Some of us are bold enough to say these words, and others may claim they are not worthy of being spoken. But does it actually mean they are mean in nature? Absolutely not. Some may also say it is in the way you use it. The use of your tone, the look in your eye, your body language. Some would argue that some things are better left unsaid. Well, maybe or maybe not. Again, it is all in the way you perceive yourself and how you accept what you're hearing. Not everyone can stand someone cursing them out, calling them names, and yelling at them. Not everyone can handle different temperaments. Everyone isn't going to use words that fit your style of speech and mental understanding. So let's deal with that. What I may believe is mean may not be what someone else believes is mean as well. But to understand the meaning of a word, now that's powerful. Now, to say something in a way that doesn't come off as being accusatory, derogatory, and just downright mean or ugly in a not so that kind of way is to not attack someone's character. Well, how do I do that? This is done when you use the phrase, you are. At that moment, you are passing judgment on another. We can't do that because remember, you are using words or phrases that have a certain meaning to you. And not everyone has the same view of a situation or themselves as you would. But it is okay to lead with, you made me feel, or I believe you were. I think you are because the way I see things, or I'm going to say something, but I don't want you to take offense to this. Please hear me out. This can give a person a moment to brace themselves for what you are going to say. You can never say things the way someone else wants you to say it, and no one always interprets a word to mean the same thing. But all should be comfortable enough to understand where another person is coming from. No one wants to intentionally hurt someone with words if they are trying to reconcile. Some of us are just way too sensitive. I'm not talking about you all. Those who are overly diplomatic, politically correct, wear your feelings on your sleeves, condescending, void of understanding, and clueless, I'm not talking about you either. But to those who seek to see the other's point of view, to put another person's shoe on your foot and walk a mile in their shoes, to understand how you've hurt someone or dealt unfairly with someone, I'm talking to you. Say what you mean and mean what you say, and say it exactly how it makes you feel. If the baby is ugly and you've said, look at you, and the person asks if the child is cute, then brace yourself to receive. Your child is just ugly. Some would say that was mean, but you ask. Have we softened conversations to justify the lies we want to tell anyway? Or maybe we want to be accepted and don't have the balls to not fit in. You make sense of it. The lies we tell, that'll be the next conversation. You wouldn't have asked if you thought so to begin with. Don't be upset. Some of us want validation on the slick side and then act offended when our feelings were hurt to begin with. And you want to see if someone else saw what you saw. Most of us don't have the balls to tell someone to go to hell after being insulted, while others do. Either way, you choose to get someone told is your prerogative. But just know, not everyone would be nice enough to not throw those hands, if you know what I mean. Now, to the nice way to say a thing, Sometimes you have to say it just the way it is so that others don't get it misconstrued. Sort of like, do you like me? A not really response to this question can send mixed signals. Or, do you think I'm attractive? A you're okay response can also send mixed messages. Do you think I'm fat? A no, you look good, you just big boned it response can send mixed messages as well. We have become great liars by trying to find a nice way to not offend or hurt someone's feelings. Jesus told a group of people they were generations of vipers. Is that mean, or did he call it just as he saw it? Well, some things come out truthfully easily when you are angry, but less truthfully when you are happy. Some of these things you have been waiting to say for a long time, and you can't wait until you get the chance to say it. Then you feel justified. Just say it from the jump. It will save you a lot of chemical imbalances in the brain. Well, I think I've said enough. In the words of my mom, I'm going to allow you all to chemically balance yourselves. Until our next conversation, like, share, and send in your perspectives. Talk to you soon.